Now, I told you I'm doing back-to-back episodes. This is one of them. I've been talking about it. Spiritual, genetically enhanced. Growth and evolution. Right? Now, when I say evolution, I ain't talking about Darwin's fake evolution with the monkeys and stuff, because that's not true. That's all made up for white people. When I talk about evolution, I'm talking about evolving. We're evolving into a different species. So I've been trying to say that for a while, but people, think I'm lying. So let's get into it. Now, proof of DNA change, right? Dr. Brenda Fox proves our DNA is, make sure you look her up, is changing to the cellular level. She has a doctorate in physiology and one in naturopathy during training in Europe. She also does film and management, right? Now, Dr. Brenda Fox, they silenced her quick, because you might be like, who's Brenda Fox? You're going to figure out who that is, because you know who she is. You know who she is. Everyone knows who she is. You may not know what her name is, but you know who Brenda Fox is. So, and I'm about to prove that in the next slide. But she basically is telling people, yo, there's extraterrestrials, because I put it in my film. There's DNA that's changing, so we're changing into a higher species pretty much. We're changing, just like I've been saying on the sun video. If you look at my video called The Sun, you'll see that we're changing into a higher species, a higher vibration. And she said it's for the better, it's not for the worse. So that's good. Alright, so she also says she has been working with Fox. Alright? According to her quote, to bring about understanding of extraterrestrials and their role and what is happening with mankind at its time. Right? The most well-known are sightings in the XFiles. If you've seen the XFiles, that's made by Dr. Brenda Fox. And she said the reason why she made these sightings in XFiles is because understanding of extraterrestrials and their role in what's happening with mankind at this time. So if you ever seen XFiles, if you ever seen any Steven Spielberg movie, you know that they're not just putting this up there just so you can be like, oh, a spaceship. Like, no, she's letting you know so you can see how these extraterrestrials work. Some of them are, want to do something, some little operations on you. Some of them just want to talk to you. How is our DNA changing, right? How is our DNA changing? According to Dr. Brenda Fox, we have other helixes being formed. She also explains we will be developing 12 helixes. Supposedly we have two, but black people have more than two. Black people have more than two. We already had more than two helixes. The helixes are these things right here. You're gonna see what I'm talking about, right? We already had that. We already have more than two helixes, which means we already evolved. Which means we're already a higher species of man. That's why we're able to walk faster than other races, stand up faster than other races, so on and so forth. Black children can do that. And they already proved that black children are geniuses before other races. And that came out recently. So that's why, they give us the shots and stuff like that. So she also explains from 5 to 20 years, we have been mutating. The end result is unknown. Right? So from 5 to 20 years, we've been already like this. We've been here for billions of years. We already been like this. But there's other human species that's evolving other than black people because of the intermixing of blood and of that melanin being inside of them, and as well as the neuromelanin, because there's melanin and neuromelanin. Neuromelanin is for the head, for your brain, and for your certain organs in your body, like your heart, your liver, so on and so forth. And then the melanin is just for your your skin, like your outer layer skin. All right, so yeah. Okay. Changes are not known publicly because the scientific community feels it may frighten the population. That's what she says. That's why the information is not out there. And if you actually look for her information, they're going to tell you it's fake. They're going to tell you this never happened. So all this, somebody just typed on a computer and made up, right? And if you look, try to find this interview, right, it's gonna tell you the interviewer's name. Just look up the interviewer's name, and look up when that interview was, and look up why she didn't want to put it as a video, right? She didn't want to put it as a video because she knew who was gonna come after her, and they did, right? She says it is a positive mutation, and eventually it could be misunderstood and frightening. Dr. Brenda claims to be working with children who have mental pathic abilities who have 3 DNA helixes. So they have more than 2 helixes. They have 3. They have 3 going up, right? Which mean, and so they have other abilities than, you know, the normal man, and they actually activated these other parts of their DNA, which scientists call junk DNA. We don't really have junk DNA. There's no such thing as junk DNA. God don't make you and say, I'm gonna make some junk and then put some other stuff in you. That don't make no sense. The stuff that's called junk DNA is your higher potential. That's the stuff that they don't want you to activate. That's the stuff that helps you, you know, when you look on TV and they be like, whoa, you know, he went through a wall. That's you. That was black people, you know, 10,000 years ago, which was not, no, 6,000 years ago before the Ice Age. That was not too long ago. And then they hurried up and hid it during the, you know, the invasions and when the Catholic Church started to come and stuff like that, right? She claims these children have abilities such as moving objects across the room by concentrating on them, or they can fill a cup of water just by looking at it, or glasses of water. They can fill a cup of water just by looking at it. This is a doctor. If I had a doctorate, I can't make this stuff up.
Exactly.
You know, because I got people who trust in me. I put 8 years into getting a doctorate. Why would I lie to an interviewer? You know what I'm saying? So this is the stuff she sees. If you see something like this, you know what I'm saying? So quote unquote, she would almost think these children are half angelic or superhuman. But they are not, because she's a doctor. Now, if you was like a regular person, you'll be like, yo, this is from X-Men. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be out of here. But because she's a doctor and she talks to the children, she knows that they're just like us. They eat food, they do all this, do
exactly.
It's not like they, you know, like X-Men, they just sit in the corner, I'm a mutant. Like, no, they out here, like, you know, among us. But just like, if you ever seen Teenage Wolf, was that it? What? Yeah.
Teen Wolf?
Teen Wolf. If you see Teen Wolf?
Michael J. Fox.
Yes, Teen Wolf is telling you exactly what's going on now. There's certain people out here who's already, you know, a lizard or something. But not to not scare you, they gotta, you know, let me change it to a human. What's up, Bosky? What's up, James? How you doing? Like, they, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't know. You be thinking like, dang, I've never been in such and such's house.
I know.
I've never been in such and such's house. Really think about it. Why haven't you? You know what I'm saying? And they smell like cat and dog. It's probably because they are a cat and a dog. You know what I'm saying? No, bro.
No, true.
For real talk. Like, it really be like that. Right? So just in case y'all don't think I'm, you know, stealing information or something, you know what I'm saying? This was from interview with Brenda Fox. It's called DNA Changes. All you gotta do is look it up. People will say it's fake, but I'm about to prove in a second why it's not fake. Okay? I'm about to prove it in a second. So, we are growing into... Oh, yeah. So, I'm continuing on from my last sentence. Basically, we're going into something bigger during the next few decades, right? Which is the next couple of, like, 10 to 20 years or so. We're going to be something higher. She goes on to say, our endocrine systems, which is... There's 7 endocrine systems, which I just said the neuromelanin is a part of, are the most evident of the changes. You know what also the endocrine system is? The 7 of them? They're the 7 chakras. Is that weird? I don't know. In my opinion, the earth and everyone on it is raising its vibration. Many children that are born recently have been born lighter beings, which means they're born higher intelligent. They just know stuff. There's children who just know adult conversations. And then when they hear it and they say something that's adult-like, you'd be like, how you know that? Go back. It's because they already... These are your ancestors or your grandmother or grandfather, such and such, who got wiped out, their memories wiped out, reincarnated, born again, and they're seeing like, you know what I'm saying? They don't know, you know what I'm saying? So, lighter beings. Those of us that are older and choose to change, which means those of us who's old, you know, 40s, 50s, right? and choose to change have to go through many physical changes, right? Meaning you're gonna go through, if you're older, you're gonna go through like, you know, certain muscle or back pains or something like that. You're gonna go through certain physical changes. You're gonna, you know, so what kind of changes happen when born with more than 2 strands of DNA, right? And I put the little faces. The easiest way to mutate DNA is through a virus, right? I already said on the sun video that when the sun has an electromagnetic field of X-rays, X-rays produce viruses. I already said that. A certain light can produce a virus, which means that proves right there that light can produce a living thing, because light is only vibration, electricity, and magnetism. So, she claims the old system have to crumble away in order for this change to occur, meaning the paradigm must shift to know for sure these changes and how they will occur. Meaning the paradigm that we're in right now with the president, the school system, you know, paperwork, working in the office and all that, that has to end in order for us to really see if we're, you know, roles in a vibration or not, right? Okay. So, credit goes to Nature Chemistry, who made this, right? Now, this ain't nothing to do with Brenda Fox. This is new information that's out now. Now, a new discovery found in a study by lead author Garvin and Professor Marcel Dinger shows, according to Dinger, the I motif is a 4-stranded knot of DNA. 4 strands. Now, the interview I just showed you, that was like in 2000 something. 2006, I believe. 5. This is recently. They been knew about this. Like when scientists say we found something, they been found it. Like, hey, that's like
they just not letting us know.
Yeah, they just letting you know. You know what I'm saying? So you won't be scared. Like they're letting you know years later because they expect you to think that, oh, okay, this makes sense because it's 2018. And no, think about it. They got satellites. You know what I'm saying? That can see everything. So yes, they can do that. You know. So in the knot structure C, which is cytosine, right? Letters on the same strand of DNA bind to each other. According to them, this is different from the double helix, right? So the cytosine in another letter or another letter within that DNA helix is coming together to form something else, right? And so that's different from the double helix because the double helix keeps them together like this in a way. You know what I'm saying? But it's a little different now because the I motif has some other stuff. What's all that? Right? This was the first time it's been observed in living cells, although scientists have long expected its existence, which means they've been new. Right? How you expect something you didn't know about?
Exactly.
I expect the bus is going to come. According to Daniel Christ, quote, when most of us think of DNA, we think of the double helix. This new research reminds us that totally different DNA structures exist and could well be important for ourselves. So, this is what it is, right? So, that's basically the end of it. But Daniel Christ, make sure you look him up, right? Dude basically said it. There's other forms that basically showing you there's other forms of our DNA that's activating. How do you know that these forms of DNA is activating? We know that because they're mentioning it. Why else would they mention it? They didn't mention it last 5 years ago. They didn't mention it 10 years ago. They said it didn't exist when conspiracy, they call them conspiracy theorists, was mentioning it. Now that we got the information, and now that we're starting to develop into a higher species, the world is changing, volcanoes are erupting. Now all of a sudden, yeah, there's another form of DNA. We always expected it. Okay. Alright, you know, like, come on. So we're transforming into a higher species. We're becoming something higher. So we're not going to be the same people no more. We're going to be something a little bit different. It's nothing bad. It's not going to be something like, oh, we're going to, like, no. It's going to take years, 10, 20, 30, 40 years for the process to happen. And we're going to be something much bigger. We might have psychic abilities. We might be able to, you know, see each other's emotions. You've seen X-Men. Every movie that you see, usually, you know, 9 or so years on, it's gonna happen. So if you see X-Men and you see mutants and stuff, they'll let you know what the mutant gene is, the X gene. You know what I'm saying? The X gene is basically melanin. or the neuromelanin, because they don't really know what it is. The same neuromelanin that's in your body is connected with the dark stuff that's out of space, the dark matter. Dark matter creates things out of nothing. You can create something. That's literally what it does, using a plasmic wormhole. If you've seen a plasmic wormhole, that it's like a big thing like this of light, and something will go through it, and sometimes nothing will come out of it, or sometimes something will go through it and matter, and something else will come out. Like stardust will go through it and matter will come out of it.
Wow.
Like rocks or something. And it's like, how is it turning stardust, basically nothing, into rocks and all this and all that? So it's turning nothing into something. That's what we can do. You know what I'm saying? So look out for my next episode. Let me do 5 things mainstream media ignored, and I'm gonna do the next MK Ultra video by myself. You know, because I'm not gonna have my partner with me this time, but she's gonna be with me with the 5 things mainstream. You know, but yeah, the MK Ultra thing, the handlers. Make sure you look for that. That's gonna go deep into detail about who exactly is handling these people. As far as the celebrities, because they're not really, like I said, if you see my last transhumanism video, J.R. Smith, who was playing ball, didn't even know he was playing ball. When they asked him, oh, remember when you passed the ball to LeBron? And he was like, no, I don't remember that. And he had a mask on. And he said, he was like, it just happened. What do you mean? Like I said, so they have handlers. They got people who's playing ball for them, or it's on automatic pretty much. And I'm going to show you who the handlers are and all this and all that. So make sure you check me out. #BlackBookt.TV. I'll see y'all soon.